Sue's just dropped a video that's going to change the B2B info space completely. And if you don't know who Sue is, he's a 21-year-old Asian business owner currently making $500,000 a month. And what he said in this video is going to raise the standards for the coach and consultants in this space. And for those who don't know who I am, my name is Celcio, and I'm a 22-year-old creative director, and I've helped the clients go from $30,000 a month to $133,000 a month. And what I'm about to show you isn't just about one video. It's about a shift in how the best people in the space are positioning themselves. And if you're a coach and consulting and you're not doing this correctly, your competitors will eat you alive. So by the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly why this video changed everything, why it works so well, and most importantly, how can you do the same thing using the data that you already have access to right now. So let's get into it. So now, before I go into this, one thing that I need you to understand is that this video wasn't just made to educate you. It was also made to handle objections. On the surface level, for those that have actually watched the video, it may look like him sharing lessons from spending $342K on programs and courses. But every single thing he says in this video is a mirror. Every point he makes describes exactly the type of client he wants to onboard. And he does that by presenting everything that he's been able to achieve as proof. But here's where it gets interesting, because every single lesson that he teaches in this video is actually describing himself. Let me show you exactly what I mean.
Lesson is you have to understand human nature. If there's no direct incentive for them to get you a specific outcome, they most likely won't have good fulfillment, and you want to assume the worst in people. So let's say you invest, into a person named John, and he has a core $10,000 offer. If he only has one offer, what essentially is going to happen most of the time, I'm not saying every single time, but what's mostly going to happen is you're going to buy into that program and you're going to get a very, very basic community and a very basic program with a ton of people just for you to be somewhat satisfied. So you're not extremely happy. It's just gonna be a very mediocre experience because, again, human nature states that if there's no incentive for someone to help, don't rely on it.
He just told you to find someone with an ascension plan, and he has an ascension plan. And as I've mentioned before, he's not just teaching you what to look for, he's describing himself. I'm going to show you a different section now.
So I remember joining this mastermind group quite a while ago, and at first I just wasn't really a fan of everything. When I joined, I saw that people were making money, amazing, but the values and morals just weren't aligned in that. A lot of the focus was on materialistic items, like they made money to buy watches, buy cars, and buy all these things. Not to say that that's a bad thing, but it just wasn't my thing. It wasn't really what I felt was the best use of money. And I'm not sitting here saying that materialistic items are bad and all that, but I'm just saying that it didn't really feel like home.
And now he's talking about his values. He spends the whole video showing who he is as a person, his background, what he believes in. He's not just telling you find someone with the same values, he's showing him his. Next section
is be the client that you want to have. Be the client that does everything that the mentor says. The reason why I say this is because every time I join a program, mentorship, one-on-one consulting, whatever it is, I aim to be the best. And I say that on every single onboarding call that I'm on or every single one-on-one call I'm on. I am going to be your best case study. Give me your best resources and time and teach me everything that I have to do, and I'm gonna execute every step of the way. Your goal when you're investing into these different mentors and consulting and all of this is to get the person on the other side to absolutely love you.
Now, he also mentioned that whenever he invests into a mentorship or program, he always makes sure that he's the best client too. Basically telling you that's exactly what he does when he invests. Showing you business owners that he lives by the same standards. Now the last section I'll show you guys.
Never make a decision based on price. You don't want to buy what's convenient to you right now or what's cheaper for you right now. And the reason why is because 9 times out of 10, it is regurgitated information from someone that they've already learned from. And when you make a decision based on price, you're getting a watered down version of somebody's really good offer that could actually help you. So what I want you guys to do is I want you to ask, what is the source of information that this guy is learning from? Who did this person learn from? Who did this person invest in? All of these things, and find that person. When you can do that, you are directly going to the source and not getting watered down or a different perspective, different information than you otherwise would if you went with a cheaper alternative. You're going right to the source. The premium price tag I found is always worth it, even though it costs an extra 5 figures, whatever the case may be. It's always been worth it. So pay the premium and you'd get the best information from the source that they all learn from, instead of trying to jump around and learning from different people.
Always go to the source. And the reason why this was well positioned is because a lot of coaches, when they invest into a mentorship, they focus so much on the price instead of focusing on the value that they're actually getting, whether they're going to get the results or not. So they would rather invest less money into someone that regurgitated the information from the source, which of course, that information is not going to be better than the source. Basically telling you, hey, if you want to get to your desired outcome, you have to be willing to spend the premium price. So again, once the prospect listens to the video fully, they are very likely to book a call. And at that point, it's not going to be a sales call. It's going to be a call for them to just pay with no objections at all, because the objections were pre-handled before the call. And again, this doesn't work by accident. There's a very specific reason why this type of content converts better than any ad you could ever run. It works because he knows his ICP better than they know themselves. He knows their objections. He knows what made his best clients buy. He knows where they came from, and he knows what they're afraid of. Let me show you a quick example of that.
I'm as Asian as it gets. I grew up in a Chinese household, penny pinching, trying to stick to every last dollar. But when I detached myself and changed my relationship with money, and I looked at money as a tool, not as something that you hoard, that's when everything changed. And look at this. This is ridiculous.
He didn't just say that randomly. He said that because he knows exactly who his ICP are, which are Asians. And you can only speak that specifically about your audience if you've been collecting data consistently. And using my own data as an example, I saw this first working with my previous client, Alec. When we started to analyze why people were actually buying from him, it wasn't just because of the results he was getting. It was because he was a Christian and open about his faith. That's what made his audience trust him on a deeper level. And once we identified that, we doubled down on it in the content. And the resonance was completely different. And that's exactly what Sue is doing. This is someone who sat down with his team, analyzed every single call, and built his entire content strategy around what he found. And that's why it lands. And now this is where it gets serious. Because now that this video is public, the entire B2B info space has to level up or get left behind. Back in the days, coaches could get away with generic positioning. You know, showing your results, showing your lifestyle, showing your testimonials. But now, Sue just educated the market on exactly what to look for before they invest. Do they have an accession plan? How many offers do they have? Because if someone has multiple offers, there's more incentive for the offer owner to actually get you results, because they'll want to upsell you to the next thing. What's the LTV? What are the upsell percentages? Those numbers will tell you whether their fulfillment is actually good. And if you don't even know your numbers, then you're cooked. And now that prospects know that these questions exist, they're going to start asking them. And if you only have one offer and your fulfillment is mediocre, you're going to lose those that you would have closed. And don't get me wrong, you can still have one offer and have great fulfillment, but now the standard has been set. Prospects are going to expect more. And if you're not ready for it, somebody else will. And that's the shift. Now, this is the most important part of this video. And it's the thing that's actually going to separate you from every single coach in this space. Is to start using your data in your content. Go to your sales team and pull the data from your last calls and do this weekly and start asking this yourself. Why did they buy into me? What objections came up the most? Where did my best clients come from? What made them choose me over my competitor? And what were they most afraid of? Because those answers will be in your content, in your sales calls, and you can even ask your current clients. And Sue didn't guess this. He already knew this because he collects data so consistently, which is the reason why he's able to speak so specifically to his audience, because he understands them to a T. Your data is the most valuable content resource you have, and most coaches aren't using it at all. So start using them. The coaches that win are going to be the ones that understand their audience better than anyone else. And that starts with the data that you currently have right now. I hope this video was valuable for you, and if you got all the way till here, thank you for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe. Peace.